When you act as if you already belong at the top, your mind starts finding the way. You speak differently. You walk with clarity. You attract respect. That's the transformation from doubting to doing. The target is the life you know you're meant to live. And the stakes, if you keep waiting to feel ready, you might wait forever. But if you move now, you change everything. In a few moments, you'll discover how to act as if you fear nothing and unlock the mindset that attracts success. It defeats your limitations. Every limitation a person perceives is not carved into the structure of the world, nor embedded into the nature of reality. It is manufactured piece by piece within the mind. The boundaries that seem immovable, the ceilings that feel unbreakable, and the walls that stand tall before one's dreams, these are not external forces. They are internal constructs, mental barricades. And once this truth is understood in its full depth, life itself transforms. Limitations are not facts, they are beliefs. And beliefs can be changed. They are not steel bars of a prison, they are shadows dissipating the moment the light of courageous thought is shone upon them. The person who allows fear to rule their thoughts becomes enslaved to imaginary barriers, but the one who rises with faith in their own capacity begins the journey toward mastery. Consider the life of Hannibal Barca, a Carthaginian general trained from youth to defy impossibility. When Rome towered over the Mediterranean world, Hannibal led his army across the Alps, a feat deemed suicidal by many. With elephants, infantry, and unwavering resolve, he descended upon Rome's doorstep. His path was not paved with ease, it was carved through snow, fear, and treacherous terrain. Yet through each trial he refused to let fear define his fate. What fueled this audacity? It was not luck. It was not validation. It was the absence of fear. Hannibal was not ignorant of his difficulties. He simply refused to worship them. He refused to bend before fear of rejection or the paralyzing dread of another failure. He stepped forward time after time, acting with faith where others retreated in doubt. His legacy was the natural consequence of this unwavering courage. Every human being is presented with two choices at the threshold of every opportunity: act boldly or retreat in fear. The former leads to growth, the latter to decay. Most people live shackled to their comfort zones, mistaking safety for peace. But safety is not peace. It is stagnation disguised as wisdom. Real peace comes only when a person moves boldly in the direction of their purpose, confronting uncertainty with the calmness of one who trusts in their inner power. Fear is a liar. It tells you that you are not ready, not worthy, not capable. It whispers that failure is dangerous, that rejection is death. But failure is education. Rejection is redirection. Both are steps on the staircase of greatness. The only real danger is inaction, the silent killer of dreams. To dissolve limitations, one must act. Not wait, not hope, not pray for a better moment. Action is the alchemy that transforms the impossible into the inevitable. And bold action, unburdened by the need for guarantees, unchained from the craving for certainty, is the mark of all high achievers. Boldness is not recklessness. It is alignment. It is the refusal to betray one's vision. It is the discipline to act in the face of fear, because one understands that the fear is not real, only the dream is. You are greater than any obstacle. This is not a hopeful mantra. It is a truth written into your very being. Every obstacle, every challenge, every difficulty is simply an invitation to rise. And those who rise, who act, who persist, discover that the walls were never real. The ceilings were illusions. The boundaries were thoughts. There is a fire within every person, a silent, indestructible will. It sleeps under the weight of doubt, but it awakens when summoned by purpose. When you act with fearless belief, this fire becomes your guide. It will illuminate the path through the fog of uncertainty. It will burn down the bridges of hesitation. Greatness belongs to those who dare, not those who wish, not those who analyze endlessly, but those who act with faith and power, the ones who move before the conditions are perfect, the ones who build the wings on the way down. These are the builders of empires, the authors of change. The chains holding any man or woman are not forged by society. They are formed in thought, and the key is action. Courageous, purposeful action. Step forward. The chains will break. The walls will fall. The world will make way. You are not limited. You are limitless. But only action will prove it. 2. It shapes your reality. In the invisible workshop of the mind, there lies a force more powerful than all the armies of the world. The power of thought. It is this force that carves out one's destiny, sculpts one's character, and lays the foundation of every achievement. Every man who has risen from obscurity to greatness has first mastered his thought. Act as if fear does not exist, and watch how swiftly your environment rearranges itself to your new standard. Fear is not real. It is merely a thought clothed in doubt. Cast it aside and your true self begins to emerge. The person who learns to dominate fear becomes the master of his fate and the captain of his soul. Your thoughts give rise to beliefs. These beliefs drive your actions. Repeated actions become habits, and habits build the reality in which you dwell. To change your world, change your thoughts. All progress, all wealth, all peace begins within. A man who holds firm belief in his purpose begins to carry himself differently. His eyes are set with determination. His words carry power. He takes bold action, not because he knows the outcome, but because he knows his cause is just. And in return, the world yields. Doors open, circumstances shift, fortunes change. Meanwhile, the man who is governed by fear delays, hesitates, and finds reasons why success is not for him. He spends his life watching others rise while he remains a servant to the imaginary chains of doubt. To think without fear is to unlock your potential. It is to enter the realm of possibility. It is to plant your flag on the summit of your dreams before the climb has even begun. History honors the bold thinkers, the men who believed in themselves when the world doubted them, the builders of bridges, the dreamers of empires, the authors of peace. Their victories were born not in certainty, but in courageous imagination. Ask yourself, what reality am I shaping with my current thoughts? What grand vision have I buried beneath fear? And more importantly, what could I become if I thought only of success? You are never defeated by external forces. Defeat begins in the mind. Adopt the mindset of the victor. See yourself as the person you wish to become and begin to act accordingly. Speak as if you command the future. Walk as if the ground was made for your journey. Choose thoughts that uplift, empower, and direct you toward your aim. Because when you think fearlessly, you do not wait for permission, you create the opportunity. Every building, every innovation, every triumph that exists today was once just a thought held firmly in the mind of a fearless individual. Now the question is, what reality will you create? Guard your thoughts, for they are the seeds of destiny. Think boldly, think clearly, and let the power within you shape the world around you. 3. It turns setbacks into stepping stones. Every man who seeks to rise above mediocrity must come face to face with adversity. It is not a matter of if, but when. Life's setbacks are inevitable. But here lies the secret known only to those who have tasted greatness. Your attitude toward those setbacks determines your trajectory. You see, most men stumble and remain on the ground. They curse their misfortune.